My name is James Paisley, and I believe that the federal government should provide a firing squad for executions. Executions by firing squad date back as far as firearms themselves. It remains an option for death row prisoners in Idaho, Oklahoma, and Utah. It is often regarded as a soldier's death rather than a criminal's death, and therefore more noble. It is also the only modern form of execution that preserves most of the prisoner's organs, allowing for organ donations. On execution day, the prisoner is seated in a chair that is set up in front of a wood panel and in between stacked sandbags to keep the bullets from ricocheting around the room. A target is pinned to the inmate's heart. Shooters aim for the chest instead of the head because it's an easier target to hit, and it allows for a faster death. The prisoner is offered a 2-minute window to offer final words in which they can say whatever they want. In 1977, Gary Gilmore used that chance to say, "Let's do this," before he died. 5 shooters set up about 25 feet from the chair with their .30 caliber Winchester rifles pointing through slots in a wall. Assuming they hit the target, the heart ruptures and the prisoner dies quickly from blood loss. In 2010, Ronnie Lee Gardner was declared dead 2 minutes after he was shot. He was the last person killed by firing squad in the U.S. The gunmen are chosen from a pool of volunteer officers with priority given to those from the area where the crime happened. There are always more volunteers than spots on the squad. The shooters' identities are kept anonymous, and one of their rifles is loaded with a blank round, so nobody knows which officer killed the inmate. In most cases, the prisoner will be blindfolded when they are placed before the firing squad, but on some occasions, they wish to not have a blindfold. This is rare, but the blindfold is often as much for the benefit of the executioners as it is for the prisoner. When the condemned person is able to look directly at the members of the firing squad, it greatly reduces the executioner's anonymity, creating a more stressful situation for those simply fulfilling their duty. Every law enforcement officer and every prison guard knows how to fire a gun, and this makes it easier and faster for this to happen. Lethal injection is one of the most well-known forms of execution, but it's getting harder for states to kill people nowadays. 4 executions by lethal injection have been botched in the last calendar year. In July, it took 2 hours for an Arizona inmate to die after he was given 15 times the dose of a legal drug. After receiving lethal injection drugs, Joseph Wood gasped 640 times over a period of nearly 2 hours, according to Arizona Republic, before he finally died. In Oklahoma, Clayton Lockett died 43 minutes after his lethal injection began last April, but not from the drugs. He ended up dying from a heart attack. That's troubling. And in 1890, a court upheld the death penalty because it involved lingering death, which this could be considered lingering death because it takes them 2 hours to die. With the supply of those drugs running low, it looks like America is in store for even more of these gruesome mishaps. Some people say that lethal injection is better than execution with a firing squad because it is more peaceful. How can someone say that? Lethal injection uses some sort of medicine that causes pain. It causes the inmate to pretty much be paralyzed. No one will know how much pain they're feeling because they can't move and they're slowly pretty much falling asleep. A bullet can stop someone's heart in a second, and this is a lot easier. This is a lot more logical than something such as lethal injection. Many drug companies began to refuse to supply execution drugs, so some states were forced to negotiate contracts with pharmacies that were sometimes a secret to get these, and it was sometimes a secret to get these drugs. This put workers at a prison in a position where they had to mix up lethal injection drugs, and they were not professionals at this, so this caused a lot of errors. With firing squad, everyone that can do it, they're professional at it. Every law enforcement officer, every prison guard knows how to do it. And this makes it a lot easier. Experts just say that bullets are the best way to go, and it is hard to argue that fact. With technology and firepower in the world today, I don't see how there's a better way to execute someone than firing squad. America needs to change its course if lethal injections continue to be botched. The firing squad is the most effective way of killing criminals quickly and humanely.